It's so weird because sometimes we say lab reports and sometimes we say lab report.
I noticed that too.
We're so not professional
Yeah,
podcasters.
that's pretty bad. Okay,
Okay, well, you'll take it away.
okay.
Yeah.
Ready? Three, two, one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lab Report, where we live, love, lab. You might notice a couple things have changed since we last saw you. For one, we obviously graduated, which if you follow our
Mhm.
Instagram, you saw our posts and all of the updates on that. Second, you'll notice that we're not in the podcast room and we're on Zoom. And I
Boo.
know, so sad. And it's unfortunately going to be like that for the whole season. Because we are actually on two different sides of the world right now. Yeah.
Um,
Sophia, would you like to share where you are and what time it is?
okay, so I am currently in Cape Town, South Africa, and it is 7:45 p.m. on a Sunday. So I'm gonna have dinner after this. And yeah, where are you, Talia? What time is it there?
Yes, I am currently at my home in Jersey, but I live in New York usually, and it is 1:48 p.m. So for the rest of the season, since we're both in very different areas pursuing our gap year opportunities, we will be meeting on Zoom, recording at very different times of days. But yeah, I mean, I hope we're gonna try our best to keep the quality the same, the content just as
Mhm.
good. So it'll be as if nothing's changed, and
Or
hopefully,
content even better, if I dare say
so
so
true.
myself.
So true. And then we'll see what happens in season four. Maybe we'll be together again. Maybe Zoom is the new format. We'll see where our
It's
futures take
TBD.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. We have been chatting a lot and planning what we want season three and really just the future of Lab Report to look like. And, obviously we've gone through and are going through a really big transition, probably the biggest transition, not probably the biggest transition that we've had to go through ever in our lives. And yeah, so we were thinking this episode will just get you up to speed with what we have been up to since May, since it's currently September, and kind of share with you our plan for season three and hopefully be able to provide you with even more insight and just guidance or not even guidance, like we're going to be t laying it bare, talking about what's working for us, what's not working. We're figuring it out right now, so we can all figure it out together.
So true. And just because we're giving different kinds of advice and we're changing up the format of the podcast doesn't mean we still can't provide advice on undergrad things or other things that you guys want. As we always said in the past seasons, we have a Instagram up and we're always open to taking suggestions or recommendations on what you guys might want us to talk about, or who you might want us to talk to. So that is still very much something that we're going to listen to and try to honor with our future episodes. So, graduation. Damn, that feels like it was so long ago.
I know it feels like it was so, I mean, granted, it was so long ago.
That's
It
true.
was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So it was, but also it wasn't. I don't know. I mean, I still think that it's crazy that we graduated university. Like I feel like that hasn't really set in when people ask me what I do to say that, oh, I'm an R&D intern instead of, oh, I'm a student really catches me off guard because I've been a student my whole life. Like that
Yeah.
has been my title. So that's a really weird transition. And yeah, just not having classes and not going to school. Just yeah, I don't know. I mean, in some ways, I'm very happy that we graduated and it felt like the time was right. I was
Mhm.
ready. But also, I mean, nothing can prepare you from transitioning to real life after going to school quite literally your whole entire life, because we also went straight to university, like most people from high school. So, yeah, just even having a job for like a full-time job for this amount of time, like we've never had that before because we've never had the time, like we've either only worked part-time or full-time during the summer.
Hmm.
So that's another big transition. And yeah, I mean, Talia and I did a little bit of different things. I only actually started my job about a month ago, and I spent the summer really spending time. I traveled a bit, but then I spent time with my family who live in Portugal. And that was just really important for me because I've lived apart from my family since I was 14 years old, and I have two younger sisters, and I really just wanted to be super boring and hang out with my family and my parents and my sisters. And on top of it, while I was a freshman in university, my family moved to Portugal, to Lisbon from Russia. So I've never gotten to live in Lisbon. I've always visited or stayed a couple weeks. And I also really just wanted to make Lisbon start feeling like home to me. The summer was really great in some ways because it finally was a break, but I also felt I mean, I was at home or for 3 months not working. So, and a lot of people went straight into work. And even though I knew I had something lined up, I did very much get into this mindset of, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not spending this time wisely. I should have been working. But now that I am finally working, I think that for me, it was the best decision to just go home and take some time off STEM and work because I really started to miss it. I was like, damn, like I miss class. I miss just thinking about science. I miss being in a scientific environment. I really, really started to crave it. And it, in some ways, also just reaffirmed that I'm on the right path and I do want to go and pursue my PhD after this and work in a science environment because I also like spent time trying to pursue other hobbies. Like I was reading a lot and I was writing a lot, and nothing fulfills me the way science fulfills me. So that's what I've been up to over my summer. Yeah.
Yeah, we had very different summers. I literally, as soon as we
Oh, but
graduated,
we did actually, Talia and I went to Barbados
yeah,
together.
I was gonna say, as
So,
soon as we graduated, like a week later, I think, we went
literally a week
to
later.
Barbados. My family's from there, so as a grad gift, a bunch of my friends and I went and like stayed at our family house, and we went to the beach and just like enjoyed our time together, which was really special because now we're all over the place. Like obviously Sophia's
Yeah.
in South Africa, but a lot of my friends went back home to like California or like Connecticut and stuff, so it's a lot harder to coordinate seeing each other. So that was great. But then we came back, what was it, like the Friday or Saturday? Um, like after the week.
Yeah.
And
And
then
you
literally
started the
I
week
started the
after.
week
Yeah, I
after.
remember we came back on the 6th and you started on the 10th.
The 9th. I started the
The
Monday. I
9th.
literally had 2 days after being on a tropical vacation to like, and this was my
Yeah,
choice. I
that's
was like, hell
crazy.
yeah, get me in
Yeah.
there. Like, I'm ready to go. 2 days to like exist after everything happening, and then I was just right back into it. I
hmm
didn't have a place in the city yet, so I was commuting from Jersey. I was also looking for apartments
Oh
and like
wow, yeah.
touring at the
I
same time.
forgot that. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
you touring apartments, but I forgot, like, I remember I felt so bad for you. You were being such a trooper when we would talk about it. And also, selfishly, it was nice because Talia was waking up really, I mean, you still wake up early, but you were waking up like freakishly early to make the commute in the city. And because I was in Portugal, I was obviously up. So so we would get to chat. And
Yeah.
so it was nice for me, but I felt so bad, I remember.
Yeah, it was brutal. I did get a place. I live near, actually, I probably shouldn't say where I live near, on the internet, but I'm in the city.
Yeah, because we might have a stalker, like be careful, like
Yeah.
it's a really
Um,
popular
I am here somewhere in the span of New York.
Don't
And
even say what borough.
nope, we're not gonna say that either. I'm about. But I have been working throughout this whole time, so a lot of the adjustment to like being an adult and being outside of undergrad has happened at the same time of me adjusting to being a working woman and like being in a much more rigorous scientific environment than I'm used to. It's been a lot. I've been comparing it to when you're at the beach and a wave hits you and you're just kind of like rolling under the current and you can't get your footing. Because that's what it's felt like.
Facts,
Um, and I'm shamelessly admitting that because I feel like a lot of people, especially in the city, tend to romanticize adulthood and like post-grad life. And they're like, look at me, I'm like in the city, I'm living life, I'm young and
hmm
I'm free and whatever. And they don't talk about the fact that the transition to adulthood after living 4 years of the same life of like being in the dorms, having a set routine, being a student, and like your identity being this is what I'm studying, this is where I go to school, kind of like what you said.
Yeah,
It's such a big transition and it really like messes with your mind. And
yeah,
it's so important to like acknowledge that and give yourself the grace because it's a lot. It's hard to do that. And we were both very fortunate to have opportunities right out of undergrad, but it's a lot harder when you're forced to go back home and figure that out on top of piecing together your identity now that you're outside of
yeah,
undergrad. So I just also wanted to highlight that yes, it's hard. We're all dealing with it. You're seen, you're heard. It is very real. If you're listening to this and you're in a similar
yeah,
position. Um, but yeah, that's what my life looked like post grad. I just kind of hit the ground running and I've been going since.
yeah. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about your job and position? Where
Yes,
you at? Where
sure.
you at?
So I am at Rockefeller University. Shout out Rockefeller. I
Okay.
work in I work in a neurodynamics and cognition lab. We're studying long-term
Okay.
memory and you're
I can't
funny.
even snap, dude.
It snaps to that. I'll add like a
I
sound
can't even
effect.
snap, dude.
I'll add the sound effect for you. Yeah, I'm working under I'm working under Dr. Priya Rajasethupathy. She is fantastic. She's a great mentor. She's so accomplished and so brilliant. And I'm working in a lab with a bunch of these really incredible grad students, postdocs, and two other lovely RAs. Um, and there's so many incredible things happening in the lab. I'm still starting to understand it all myself. I'm working with mice, which is very new for me. I don't know if you guys remember my old model was zebrafish, so it's a huge
Very
jump.
different.
Um,
Yeah.
and this lab is doing such like advanced cutting edge work that I like they're working with optogenetics, we're working with photometry. It's truly incredible stuff, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. But yeah, your turn.
Okay. Well, about a month ago, I moved to South Africa. I am living alone right now, which is difficult for me because I am such a people person and I've always loved having a roommate. Like when college started, I mean, I love having my own room, but living with people and just having company. So that's been a big transition. And I work at this pharmaceutical company called GES Labs. It stands for Green Engineering Solutions, and they are really just focused on using natural remedies and using like scientific technology and as little interjection and manipulation as possible to create like a very pure medicine which can help with pain, all types of pain. And we mostly work with cannabis, but what started This company actually was Scaletium, which I don't know if I've told you about, but it's another plant extract that kind of gives you calming effects. And we make anything from like inhalable cartridges to syrups, to chews. And I am specifically working in the research and development department, and we're, working on a couple different projects like the syrups. We're working on that still, we're not selling that yet. And one of the projects I'm working on as well with Rufaro, one of my coworkers, it are pessaries or vaginal suppositories, which are made with THC and CBD, and that's very, very exciting for us. What's interesting about where I'm working is because it's a company, there's a bunch of different departments that make it, and we all have to interact and collaborate to make the company run smoothly. So I'm working in R&D, and we're the newest department, and there's only four of us, or five technically. And then there's QC, which are chemists. It stands for quality control. So they run all of our tests when we send out like new products or products that we want to get sent to production. QC has to go through all of these tests, which can take up to 6 months. And then there's QA, which is quality analysis. There's production. There are the pharmacists. There's like it's departments I don't even know about yet, that I don't even understand yet. So it's a big learning curve. Talia mentioned this when she said it feels like you just keep on getting hit with a wave and like tumbling. Like every time I feel like I'm understanding something, I learn about something completely different and feel more lost than I did. So it's a really big adjustment for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tell you guys the plan for our next, like the structure of the podcast for this season soon, but next week we want to break that and get a little bit more into what we're doing and how that experience has been. So we'll touch a bit more on all of these feelings of kind of, I guess, drinking through a garden hose where it's like you're getting hit with all of this stuff. Have you never heard that saying before?
Oh
Drinking water through a
no.
garden hose? It literally is
No.
just like you're getting hit with all of these things at once and it's hard to kind of take it all in, and then like there's this new feeling. I don't know I mean, I'm sure most people feel this, but like of like imposter syndrome and like
Mhm.
realizing sayings like you never want to be the smartest person in the room and you're not going to be, but there's so much to gain from that. It's just we'll get into a lot of that next week. um which I guess is a good transition into what the plan for season 3 of our podcast is. So essentially, every week we're going to have a different thing that we focus on or talk about. The first week of the month is going to be advice or interviews that we do with people who are in the field, and people who can offer a lot of advice and insight into different areas of STEM. Then the second week, we're usually going to talk about some kind of discovery story or a major advancement that has been made in science, or a really exciting story of how something that we use in everyday life or know came to be. Week 3 is going to be a book club where we read some book in STEM or like a related field that we think is super important to highlight and speak about the themes and kind of discuss with you guys. You'll also be getting some really good reading recommendations. And then finally, at the end of every month, we're going to highlight all of the major findings or exciting things that have happened in science that month.
And wait, did you say interviews or not?
I think so. In the week 1, the
Oh, okay, sorry, never
yeah.
mind.
And this
I keep
isn't we understand that like there are going to be some weeks where we might have a lot of really cool people to interview or something really exciting to talk about. So this isn't a strict schedule. We just wanted to give you guys a bit of like insight into what we might be talking about in future episodes, but let's say we do have like the next biggest scientist or like the next Nobel Prize winner that we can interview like week 3, then we'll change the format. Um,
Yeah.
yes, interviews are very exciting.
Especially because we're not in university anymore and at Fordham, and we're expecting, different engagement possibly. We really would appreciate, after these next couple of episodes come out, advice or feedback on what do you like to hear about more? Do you like to hear about more our day-to-day stuff?
Mhm.
What does our life look like now working in an academic research lab or in the industry? Um, or, if you like the interviews more, or if you want just more advice how to navigate undergrad, we would really appreciate feedback anywhere on our YouTube videos. In the spot, you can do comments on Spotify episodes now through our Instagram, Oh, and our Instagram na name now. I think just every episode we should put in our Instagram
Like all
handle.
of the, yeah, I agree. And we may or may not be launching a TikTok. You guys can expect to get new episodes every week on Thursday. We'll let you know on the Instagram if anything changes with that, but that should be the usual posting day. Um, so follow us on Instagram for updates. If you want to follow us on TikTok too, we'll be posting reels about day in the lives and updates
Reels is
on.
an Instagram
Oh,
term.
geez. See, we started the podcast talking about the fact that we're not as tech savvy as people think we are.
It
There's
was
too many things out there. Okay, Reels is Instagram. You'll see us there. TikTok, your like For You page. Follow us too. And then you can stream our podcast on YouTube and on Spotify. So we're covering all the bases. Oh, if you have been a day oneer, please leave a comment on wait, didn't we have a thingy lab? No, that's
What?
LA.
I don't
This?
know.
Was it this that we used to do?
What?
I don't
I think
know.
it was like
I don't know
this.
what is this? I don't know what this is. Oh wait,
Like
I see it.
LR.
It's like a art. Wait, that
LR.
kind of eats. That actually
That's
really
what I'm
eats.
saying.
Sophia, that's really good.
LR.
That
I
is
know.
really good. All
Really
right.
good. Stay tuned, y'all. Like, really good things are coming. I know we've said that in the past, but now
We
we
mean it this
actually
time.
have stuff to back it with.
Yes.
So, to back those claims with.
Yeah. We're not
Yeah.
just undergrads giving experience of our 4 years of being STEM students. Now we're going to have a lot more insight and people for you guys to hear from academia, from industry, from different areas of STEM. So this is, oh, meeting will end in 10 minutes. That's a good time warning. Yes, that's another thing. Our podcast episodes will now be under 45 minutes.
I know we went a little crazy with that. I know everyone loved the
Yeah.
1 hour episodes.
Right. We had so much engagement on those through the whole thing. Um,
So
but
sorry to
yeah,
break it to you guys.
yes. Yeah. Um, so stay tuned. We have some really exciting stuff coming. Share with your friends, whether you're in STEM or not. We're hoping to make this a very dynamic podcast where we can keep you updated on things happening in science, things to look forward to, funny stories that you could pull out at a party. Um, I don't know. It's just, we're really excited for what's to come with this podcast, and we think that there is a lot of potential with what there is to gain and what there is to do. So we're excited for you guys to be joining us in this new chapter of our lab report journey. And we hope you guys enjoy the content we continue to put out.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay, well,
So,
thanks for listening, guys.
yes. Did we ever have a way we like ended these, or was it just like
So
a
we would
bye?
go like, bye.
Okay. So, all right. Bye, guys. We'll see
Bye,
you next
guys.
week.